Okay, so doing the FAMAS review today, and I'll do a whole intro in just a minute. But I recorded this first, so separately. So I just wanted to show you that the FAMAS is one of the 10 Back to Karkand expansion pack weapons, and to unlock it, you simply need to do 10 heals and 10 revives as the assault class. And you'll see it's the upper left. It's called Best Friend Forever. Hey, greetings, Battlefielders. Fam9190 here. And first off, let me say happy holidays to everyone. I hope everyone's going to, or has had a great holiday season so far. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, of course. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and all the other types of celebrations that everyone is having out there. Certainly have a wonderful holiday season, and of course, be safe and enjoy with family and friends. So, I hope everyone just has a great holidays. Okay, so jumping right in, what I'm going to be doing today is a FAMAS review with some gameplay footage. I'm going to run through the different sites, starting with the iron sites and then up through the different ones I've unlocked, and you'll see some gameplay footage with each of the different sites in action. We're going to talk a little bit about the stats, the balance of the gun, and just how it shoots and performs. So, okay, what I want to show you first, the reason I'm on this screen, I want to run through and show you, so the different classes, of course. The assault class is the one that runs the FAMAS. So let's jump right in here, and we'll see that when we go to, first of all, when you hover over the weapon, you'll see here down at the bottom here this box, which when I move my mouse it disappears, but we'll see that when you hover over it, and you'll see down at the bottom, so the ammo, it's a 30 round clip. It's 5.56 NATO rounds, and the rate of fire, I believe this is a little glitch here. I'm almost positive it is 1,000 rounds per minute, which makes it the fastest firing weapon in the game. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I think that might be a little glitch there for some reason that DICE has, but I believe it is 1,000 rounds per minute on the stats. So I need to confirm that and just make sure. Range is long, but really, it's better medium to short range, as most of the assault rifles are. Fire modes, it's selectable fire. So there are 3 different fire modes. There's single shot, there's 3-round burst, and there's full auto. And I will show you, at least on the PC, and I'll tell you on the Xbox, but on the PC I'll show you how you can see what key changes those fire modes, and also how to change the fire modes when you're playing in the game. Okay? So let's just take a look real quick here at the accessories. So starting out with no optics, no scope, then you jump up to your first unlockable is the 4X scope, the ACOG. Then there's the red dot reflex sight, and then there's the holographic sight, which a lot of people think this is the best sight, but it just varies. It's based on personal preference, but it certainly is a good sight. There's the infrared, the enhanced night vision scope. It's called the IRNV. I don't know why I say that wrong sometimes, but in my head, I think of it different. So IRNV, Enhanced Night Vision Scope, which since they've nerfed it after that patch on December 6th, I don't even bother with it. I guess I might test it out again, but before it was just so overpowered and such a blast to use. Now it's like, it's not really, I don't know, really worth it, but I might try it again. All right, so then your other slots here, the second slot, you have of course no primary. You have your foregrip, your bipod, and I think there might be a couple additional unlocks, but those are the ones I've unlocked so far. Typically I'll run with the foregrip. I don't use the bipod a lot, but every once in a while, maybe just for a change of pace. So then you have your secondary slot, your heavy barrel, which is your first unlockable, tactical light, the suppressor, the laser sight, and I believe there might be a few others to unlock as well. But what I typically run with, I usually prefer the hollow sight over the red dot, but I do actually like the ACOG. So typically, depending on if I need to shoot at enemies a little bit further away, I might equip the ACOG, the 4X, or the hollow, and then I usually almost always run with the foregrip. And then normally I'll either go with like a heavy barrel, or a lot of times I'll use the suppressor, which I like using a lot. I usually don't use a flashlight or a laser sight. It's just, I don't know, it's just not my style. I think it gives me away more than it helps me, but yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while I'll use one. But all right, so typically this I would say is a really strong loadout for the FAMAS. And let me show you real quick as well. Let's go ahead and spawn here, and I'll show you okay, hopefully I won't get killed just showing you guys this stuff. But you'll see so on the bottom right of the screen, you'll see where it has, you know, your rounds, your health, the little overlay. And what you'll see here is when, okay, I just pressed my key V, which let me show you real quick. When you go on the PC, when you go into options, okay, your key bindings, you want to look for the on foot, okay, on foot right here. And when you scroll all the way down, or most of the way down, you'll see here cycle fire mode, okay, cycle fire mode right here. And when you go to that setting, that is what changes your rate of fire on all the different weapons. You press that key and it'll cycle through the different fire modes. The default, I'm pretty sure, is just full auto on the full auto weapons, but to change to the different firing modes, you press that key. Okay, mine is set to V. I'm trying to remember if I had changed it or if that's the default. I'm not sure, but on the PC, just look on the screen and you'll see what the default key is and what you can change it to what key you want. On mine, it's set to V. Now on the Xbox, what you do is you hit down on the D-pad, on the directional pad, and that will change your rate of fire to the different fire modes for each weapon. Okay, so let me do this. You'll see I just changed it on the bottom right of the screen, and maybe it's hard to see against it's a little bit darker on the shadows here. If I can run properly. Okay, so you'll see right now it's a single dot, okay, on that bottom right overlay. Okay, it's just above that little lock, and to the right of your clip, how much ammunition you have. Okay, so if I shoot, okay, you'll see single shot. I'm just pressing the mouse once and holding it, and that's all I get, one shot. Now I press the V key, boom. Now you see it changes to those middle set of dots. Okay, it's 3-round burst. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, change it again. Now it's full auto. Let me reload, so I'll show you. Man, this map is beautiful, huh? All right, so I will show you in full auto. So single shot, 3-round burst, full auto, and here we go. Alright, 1,000 rounds a minute, so it's pretty quick. Alright, and the gun itself, I really like it. It looks really nice. I think, you know, just the look of it's real cool. It's a bullpup style weapon, and it actually is it's French, the FAMAS, and it's basically the main battle rifle or assault rifle of the French military. Okay, so it's a bullpup style French assault rifle, and you know, like I said, in the game you use your change fire key, which on the PC, on mine is V, and changes the fire modes. Okay, all right, I'm back. So here we go. We're getting into the gameplay now with the FAMAS, and actually we'll see. I start the gameplay, but then the damage stats are going to pop up. We'll talk about those. You can see the iron. That was some total spray and pray. But the iron sights are not that fantastic. They're pretty bad. Okay, so here are the weapon stats. And I'll leave the link down below in the description. It's simthic.com, I guess that's how you say it. But some really good stats. You can see this is the assault class overall, and then I highlighted the FAMAS down here at the bottom, and we'll zoom in on it. So overall, it's again the 1,000 rounds a minute, I'm pretty sure, and the damage you can see to just to the right of the gun itself, 25 close and 17 max range distance, and that's pretty much it. All the assault rifles are exactly the same. They're all 25-17 except for the G3A3. That's 30 and 20. Okay, and you can look at all the other damage stats: standing, crouching, the spread, the recoil. But basically, it's the same as all the other weapons, but it fires a lot faster. So as long as you can keep the recoil under control, you can basically just put a lot more rounds onto target quickly, and you'll end up, pretty much beating the other guy or getting more kills that way. So at least that's the way I look at it. Okay, so the stats are going to disappear here, and we're going to jump into more gameplay. Okay, so this is a conquest match on the Sharkey, is it Peninsula? Ugh. One of the Back to Karkand expansion maps, one of the 4. It's Sharkey, Gulf of Oman, Strike at Karkand, and of course Wake Island, which is incredible. All the I think all these maps are just absolutely incredible. The detail, they're beautiful and just really well thought out. Well, you didn't really have to rethink them too much, but they did tweak them and redesign them since Battlefield 2. So let me know also what you think in the comments about that. The redesigns of all the maps, the expansion maps, what you think. If they're all better, if they're all worse, if they're about the same. Personally, I think most of them didn't change that much, but Gulf of Oman is just totally different. I have mixed emotions about it. I really like the original Gulf of Oman, and the new one, I think it lost a little bit of its personality. The old one just had so many cool things going for it. I really like the warehouse that it's not there anymore, but in the original Battlefield 2, the warehouse at A, or the beach river flag, and that warehouse you could lay on top of the roof and basically snipe at that flag. And then there was like a big oil container, a drum, giant oil, whatever you call it, at the Russian, or I guess were they Russians back then, the Russian base. And what you could do is, as the U.S. side, you could helicopter and or jet, I guess, if you wanted to, but you could parachute onto that oil drum, and you can snipe the base, or just snipe around their base area into the center of the map where the crane was and stuff like that. So that to me was a lot of fun. It was pretty cool. That's not there anymore. The river itself, I haven't even been on the ground too much on that map, but I got to look at that A flag if there's a boat that you can even take. If there's a dock and a boat, like there used to be in Battlefield 2, where you could take the boat along the river and scoop, get into the middle part of the map or go toward the Russian base. So I need to see and check on that, because that was really cool. The rest of it's okay. I mean, I guess more buildings and more graphics and more places that you can have firefights and just hide out and go up into buildings and stuff. So I guess that part's pretty cool. The cranes are there, and then you have the half-finished building where you can go up into there and snipe or do whatever you want to do. So okay, so you can see on this gameplay, I'm using the iron sights for the FAMAS, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst ones. I mean, it's just so restrictive, constricting. You have that little circle. If anything is outside of that, the edge, the metal area around the circle is so thick that it blocks everything. I guess it really zooms your vision into that circle, but at the same time, it's really just feels real claustrophobic, like restrictive, and to me, it's really hard to see what's going on using that sight. But you guys might feel differently. Let me know if you think the iron sight's any good. Leave me a comment down below, and just tell me what you think. But for me, I don't typically use it. Some of the iron sights I'll actually pick over the other scopes. Like for instance, the AEK 971. I really like that iron sight. It's open. Just across the bottom, there's the sight. The whole top is open. and it's actually real easy to use. I really enjoy using it. So a lot of times with the AEK, I'll use the iron sight instead of, say, a red dot or an ACOG, etc. But with the FAMAS, I think you pretty much, once you unlock the other sights, you'll hardly ever use the iron sight. Typically, I'll go with the ACOG, the 4x zoom scope, or the hollow sight scope. Sometimes I'll use the red dot, but I mean, a lot of people love it. Their favorite is the red dot, and that's all they use. But for me, I don't know. I'm not a big red dot person with most of the assault rifles. I'll normally use the zoom or like a hollow sight typically. Sometimes I'll use the red dot, but with this one, I think I'm leaning toward the ACOG and the hollow sight, depending on the map and the situation. On maps where it's really close quarters, obviously the hollow sight, and maybe in that case the red dot would even be better, but the hollow sight is better. On maps where you need a little bit of distance because you have to engage at more medium ranges, then the ACOG 4x zoom sight is definitely the way to go. I think there's a guy around here somewhere. I think I just spotted him. There he is. So the FAMAS, again, 1,000 rounds a minute, just shoots so quickly that you have to really pay attention, and you don't want to just empty a clip and then have to reload and you haven't gotten the guy. So you have to pay attention to burst firing and making sure that you don't run out of bullets before your target goes down. You can see right there what I just did. So that guy was on the roof. I spotted him. I didn't panic. I didn't freak out and be like, oh, there's a guy, I gotta get him, and just start spraying. So you really want to line up your shot, and then I burst fired. What that means, obviously, is 2, 3, 4 bullets, stop. 2, 3, 4 bullets, stop. Like, brr, brr. So literally, little bursts of fire, and then press the trigger and take your finger off the trigger or the mouse. So and the same goes for Xbox and PlayStation. It's like when you're using that controller, same thing. Pull that trigger, just pull it and release it, and you'll get the hang of burst firing. But again, with engagements where you're basically head-to-head, face-to-face using the FAMAS, you will find that it puts so many rounds on target so quickly. Well, on target, I mean, as long as your aim is good, but it puts so many rounds onto the target quickly that you're typically going to win most engagements with a similar damage weapon. If you're standing off a long range against a sniper, no, you're not gonna like right there. Okay, I'm down to, what is it, like, I don't know, I have a health pack down, but I think I got down to 20 health, and he's dead. He's gone, and he was shooting. He was shooting me as I was shooting him. Oh man, I don't know where this sniper goes. I think this game's about to end. Actually, the video and the game are about to end. But I want to get to higher ground to get the sniper, and I don't see him again. So, all right, hey, thanks for watching. This was the FAMAS review with the iron sight. Stay tuned. I'm gonna run a couple more videos. I might combine the ACOG red dot and hollow sight. So check out my next video for more FAMAS, and see you next time.